Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I wanted to go over all the rogues and talk to you about the different counters that the rogues have with each other. I think this will be great for you guys to see and really good accompanying the complete rogue guides I'm putting out so you can see exactly what rogues are good at defeating the ones you're having trouble with. If you do go on to enjoy the video or learn something new, make sure you drop that like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, let's get into it. You'll see as we go through the different rogues that I've labelled some rogues as hard counters and some rogues as soft counters. Your hard counters generally have something about their kit that is really good at beating the specific rogue I'm talking about, whereas the soft counters might have a specific perk that is just good at helping to minimise what that rogue can do. But this will make sense and I'll explain it as we go through the different rogues. Starting then off with ANVIL, I put Glitch as a hard counter due to his hack ability and the fact that he can break down that wall, break down any trophies, break down any C4s, and also see the wall through walls, see the C4s and see the trophies. He's really good at just disrupting what ANVIL wants to do, at blocking out certain paths, and that is why he's a hard counter. As for soft counters though, the best way of getting ANVIL out of his positioning is actually using some sort of big zone control like Vi's Poison or the Molotov that Vi has, Dallas has and Scorch has. If you throw this at the wall, it will burn through it and you'll be able to hurt ANVIL on the other side. This is really good at just damaging him and getting out of his position. That's why they are soft counters. Going on into CHAAC, he doesn't have any sort of hard counter when he's using his ability. Having that 175 health basically makes him immune to so many things, any kind of one-shot potential, which is really good. When he doesn't have that ability up, obviously he's just the same as any other rogue. But he does have a small soft counter in Scorch due to the fact that she can output so much damage with her ability. You have a really good shot at actually burning through CHAAC's additional health, even when he's got it up. So Scorch with the SLC at really close range could burn through a 175 health CHAAC even when he's got his overshield on. Other kind of counters to him would actually be using a fully upgraded C4 to do 150 damage, a fully upgraded axe to throw it at him and do 150 damage, or sticking him with a Semtex obviously would kill him even with his health, but that's not as common as some other things you'll see with rogues, so I didn't want to put it in as a specific counter. Going on into Dahlia. Dahlia is a fun one because I thought about this for a really long time and she actually has no hard or soft counters. This doesn't mean that she just tears through every other rogue, but what it does mean is that her playstyle is so adaptable and versatile that she's never doing one thing long enough for there to be a counter. The main reason she doesn't have a counter though I think is because you can't disrupt her ability, her heal when she's using it. Not like Saint Drone which can be hacked or just shot. Dahlia, you can't stop that unless you kill her. So there's no real hard counter to her. Nothing in her kit makes her particularly easy to kill. You just have to outgun her. Go on to Dallas. Obviously, Cloaked is the big counter to Dallas, and that's what you'll see in that soft counter section. All these rogues down there can have Cloaked, which is a massive counter to his kit. But I put them in the soft counters because I wanted to particularly highlight Lancer as a good counter to Dallas for two reasons. One, if you pop her ability after being revealed, you will cancel the reveal and then you can't be seen anymore. But also, her ability to get behind these longer range rogues like Dallas and Phantom is a really good counter. She can smoke off his longer angles, run at him with the SMG, and then he's not going to be able to outgun her. So I thought those two meshed together made her a bit more of a hard counter as opposed to a soft counter. Then going on to DIMA, he has no real hard counters. His kit is again too sort of versatile to really hard counter him with anything, but you can get Tenacity, which will be a really good soft counter to him, and all of these rogues that you see highlighted here have Tenacity, which will just minimize the amount of damage that you're able to do with the Merv launcher and with the standard grenades that he has. Glitch then is a very interesting one. Glitch actually, I would say, has the ability to counter every single rogue because he can hack them, EMP them, then they can't use their abilities. But I thought saying that would just be a bit too obvious, so I didn't put that in on every single rogue. Glitch himself, though, isn't really naturally countered by any other rogue. Generally, he just needs to be outgunned, that's it. If he's standing still using his ability, he's really easy to kill that way. But some good soft counters for him are Vi, because he needs to get really close, up and personal to use his hack ability. And Vi is really good at sort of keeping it at bay, not letting him get into positions where he might be able to get a good hack off. And also he can't hack her poison, so that naturally is just a very good counter at putting out zone control that can't be disrupted. Going on to Lancer then, her hard counters are people who can slow her down long enough, and that will really come down to Vi and Trench, particularly Trench because you then can't roll in his barbed wire, which means her passive is entirely useless because she can't roll reload, but those two can really slow her down long enough and then be able to kill her. Talon is also in that hard counter category because he can place his dart on the flank and she's not immune to that dart reveal, so it's really good at stopping her. Then the soft counters I put in as Dahlia because of her heal. The fact that when you're as Lancer and you get behind the enemies and you knock someone, if that person is linked to Dahlia, Dahlia can get that heal off really quick. And Lancer's so big in the thick of the fight that she's not going to be able to thirst that kill quickly enough before they get up most of the time. So I thought that'd be a nice little soft counter. For Ronin, the soft counter is that ballistic knife. If put in a really good position, Lancer can not be able to go onto the flank properly. Also, her weapon, the SLC, is one of the few guns that will be able to outgun Lancer at close range, and that's also why Scorch is in there, just because of that massive 1v1 potential against anybody, particularly Lancer. Going into Phantom, who I think has the most counters out of anybody. In hard counters, you have Lancer, because she can just run up to you, stop you, smoke you out similar to Dallas, and then get behind you and murder you with the SMG. There's not much you're going to do unless you're absolutely amazing at Phantom. It can hip fire or quickscope. Then I've also put 3 healers up there at the top as hard counters, because the biggest problem Phantom runs into is not being able to thirst her kills. And that's where Saint, Dahlia, and the CHAAC self-revive can come in a lot. So even if you hit that headshot, it's not always as worth it. Then in soft counters, I put DIMA, Trench, Glitch, and Dallas, and also adding Saint into that mix for the same reason. And this is because they have bounce back as a perk, which negates Phantom's passive. Phantom's passive is Grievous Wounds, which means their health regeneration takes longer, but with bounce back you negate that and you still get some quicker health regeneration than you normally would against a Phantom. So that's why they're soft counters. Going on to Ronin then, her hard counter I would say is Glitch. One, because he can hack the dart wherever it is, but also because he can see her on the radar. Unlike Talon, who she's immune to the dart from because of her passive, Glitch can still see her on his little hacking tool, which means he's good at finding her position if she's gone for a flank. In terms of soft counters though, I've put basically everybody who has either Headstrong or Tenacity, with the recent change for it to do 100 damage with the ballistic knife when someone walks over it. Tenacity and Headstrong are now big counters to it, which includes Scorch, Talon, Trench, Dahlia, Vi, Anvil, and Dallas, who all have some way of now countering that dart. Saint doesn't have many counters. Generally what you want to do if Saint's reviving someone is blow them up, thirst the kills quickly, you shoot the drone, any of that works, but the one hard counter he does have is Glitch, who can hack that drone when it's reviving somebody, and this is a really good unique tool that I thought would be worth highlighting. Other than that, just thirst your kills against Saint, but he has no specific rogues who counter him other than Glitch. Scorch then, perhaps the best 1v1 rogue, is very hard to counter in pure gun mechanics, but she can be played well against by waiting out her ability. The best way to wait out her ability is to slow her down, and Vi and Trench do a great job at this. They can slow her down either through Vi Poison or Trench Barbed Wire, zone control her off of the site, and then move forward until she's lost her ability and then outgun her if possible. Then going on to Talon, his hard counters are both Ronin and Glitch. Ronin because she's completely immune to his radar dart, that's her passive, she doesn't appear on the minimap, which means Talon dart isn't very useful against her. And Glitch because he can hack that dart, but also he kind of like does a very similar job to Talon, where he can see someone within 20 meters of wherever Glitch is, or Talon can see within 20 meters of wherever his dart is, and they have very similar kits with great 1v1 potential against each other. It just depends there on a skill matchup, but I would say ability-wise, Glitch counters Talon in that sense. Moving then onto Trench, he is hard countered by Glitch, as you'd expect due to the hack. He can hack the barbed wire, he can hack the trophy systems, and completely disrupt the defensive setup that Trench has decided to put down, which is great because it negates really a lot of the usefulness of Trench, other than of course the DMR, which is so broken. And then the soft counters for Trench, I've just added in anybody who has an EMP, which would include Scorch, DIMA, and Dallas. The reason for this is because the EMP can completely destroy that barbed wire if you throw it. You just got to be careful it doesn't get caught by a trophy. Then lastly, we're going to go on to Vi. Her hard counter is CHAAC, and the reason for this is for 2 reasons. One, he can either overheal then run through her poison, which isn't actually taking down his maximum health, only his overshield, which is really good. Or after he's gone through her poison, he can heal up using his overheal and actually get all of his health back to 100, which is really, really good. This is a fantastic counter to her that a lot of people don't quite realize, so now you should be a bit more aware of it. In terms of soft counters though, I've put 2 rogues who have trophy systems. All of Vi's utility kit, whether it be the gas grenade, her poison, or the Molotov, are all projectiles which can be countered by trophy systems. If Trench and Anvil are able to put them down in time and in the right situations, they can counter Vi this way. Okay then guys, that takes us to the end of the video, and if you did enjoy and learn something new about how to counter different rogues, make sure you leave that like and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/radthargaming to see live game commentaries, guides, Q&As, tournaments and scrims. All the links you need for that are down in the description below, but for now guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.